all, just congratulate the organizers for a very hard-won event. If you take some encouragement from the fact that you consider the socio-political ladder that the opposition, and particularly the SDP, is probably a few months lower than the gay communities. At some point, you discredit too much. But to just address some of the issues there's very many issues that we discussed this evening. And the one most important that I thought that stood out is the fact that this whole idea that whether the homosexual community should align itself with the opposition party, the opposition call. And I find that a red herring. For the one thing that you have, or at least don't have in Singapore, are your democratic freedoms. And I don't care whether it's the homosexual issue, whether it's the issue of the poor, issue of the anti-death penalty campaigns, animal rights, and so on and so on. The one thing that we don't have is our rights. And I think that was very eloquently brought up by Chong, and I think with Singapore to a certain extent as well. As long as you don't have those rights, it is fallacious to be talking about political society versus civil society. By political society, I mean your party politics. And that's why I find this whole idea of bifurcating the two in this present context, in the Singapore context, is something that the PAP is actively engineering towards. You notice that whether it is Catherine Lim speaking, or remember there was a student at NUS that brought up this and like the despot thing right in front of Minister Mansion here. You notice that Mr. Lee actually came up and said, if you're not happy, form a political party, join a political party, pay the forms. Why does he have to join a political party and start a political party? Why can't he speak as an individual, or even form a group of individuals? And this is where he knows that as long as it has civil society separated out from political parties, it can control both much easier. And this is why I keep advocating that at this stage, what we saw up on the screen a little while ago about our manifesto, about regardless of race, religion, and sexual orientation. Those are words, and they will remain words as long as all of us continue to let them divide us. And when we campaign, and I think you must have noticed this by now, it's not possible for us at this present time, in the present circumstances, to talk about, well, we supported a particular candidate or a particular party, and then have to get it in Parliament so that they can begin to change the policy and the laws and so on. That would be, put that out there. It's not going to happen as long as we are deprived of our human rights, our political and civil rights. And that's why you also have noticed that the Singapore Democratic Pary is a political party. But we've gone way, way beyond. What we've tried to do is to start engaging civil society, start talking about what it means to have a civil and political rights. Because it's only then, when we begin to start talking about society having its rights, the rights of freedom of speech, association, and assembly, can we start really talking about promoting, or at least educating, raising awareness about any issue. The homosexual issue is about one. And so I hope you are able to see where we go and be able to then not just, again, discuss these matters, but really look into ways and means of how we can push back the boundaries in terms of how much political space we have, as I said, in terms of those three basic themes. And that is why I've taken steps